Today, we're going to learn about prefixes and roots. Or I should say, we're going to learn more about prefixes and roots, because this is our second lesson covering them. To quickly recap, a prefix comes at the beginning of a root word. Adding a prefix changes the meaning of the root word. The root is the word that we start with. It has its own meaning before a prefix is added to it. Let's start with a word and dissect its parts to help understand. Here we have the word impossible. Can you see the prefix that has been added to an already existing root word? I'll give you a few seconds to look. If you were looking at the im at the beginning, you're right. That is the prefix. Since im is the prefix, what does that leave as our root word? That's right. Our root word is possible. Now we'll examine the two different parts of this word to determine what it means. The prefix im means not, or the opposite. Adding it to the beginning of possible means that something is not possible, or the opposite of possible. Can you think of things that are the opposite of possible? This time, let's start with a root word. You've probably heard the word perfect. We'll use that as our root. What does this root mean? Perfect means something is complete or without flaws. There is literally nothing wrong with it. Now we add our prefix, im. We know that this prefix means not, or the opposite of. We now have a word that means something isn't complete or without flaws. If something is imperfect, there definitely is something wrong with it. Now we're going to move on to a similar prefix, but let's start with a familiar root word. Let's use the word visible. Visible is our root. We know visible means able to be seen. Here we're putting in in front of our root. That's our new prefix, in. It creates a new word, invisible. In is similar to im. It means not or without. Using our two word parts, we know invisible means not able to be seen, like this guy. Now that we've practiced, I think you're ready to move on to today's assignment. Head over to the Google Classroom and complete today's assignment, Rogue Wave Prefixes and Roots 2. You'll do great.